Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hackathon enthusiasts all across the country follow and keep track of what happens in Smart India Hackathon. The problem statements in SIH are usually challenging and demanding. Today, we'll be talking about one of the problem statements from SIH 2023, and for that we have with us Bhavyata Agrawal, who is a past winner of Smart India Hackathon and will be sharing her thoughts and inputs on the problem statement SIH 1515, Smart and Effective Real-Time Management of Street Parking. So let's get started. Welcome, Bhavita.
Hi Vikas, nice to meet you. And hello everyone, I'm Bhavyata Agrawal and I have recently graduated from IIT Jammu in 2023 and working as software engineer in American Express.
Okay, Bhavita. So nice to have you with us on this show. So before we, proceed to, learn about this problem statement, tell us something about you and something about your experience as a winner of the past edition.
Well, I would like to say that SIH 2022 has been a very good experience for me in particular because through that SIH I got to learn like 2 new languages. Plus I got a lot of opportunities after winning SIH from the Ministry of Government. Like I got to take part in UNESCO India Africa Hackathon and Singapore India Hackathon. Well guys, like there are plenty of opportunities to participate in more international hackathons after winning this hackathon. So yeah, keep the spirit up. And as for my own experience, like these days would be crucial if you can participate and like work as much as possible in it.
So Bhavita, tell me, why did you pick up this particular problem statement to, talk to us about?
Okay, so basically I did my bachelor's in civil engineering department from IIT and I even did my project in transportation department in particular. And there was this recent hackathon by J&K Police Traffic Department, which you also mentioned about this traffic congestion due to the parking unavailability in Jammu-Srinagar highway. So this is a very interesting problem statement. I'm like quite keen to see more solutions that students are going to be submitting that okay, how are they going to be dealing with India as a whole. Like as you can see, like in Delhi and Mumbai and other metropolitan cities, like this is a very, very important problem and needs to be addressed out in the nation. So that's why I was so much interested to pick this up and want to actually see and hear more ideas about it.
Right, I guess you speak on behalf of all of us, and that's really a big problem, and we all need a solution for that. So, just off the cuff, if I have to ask you, what do you think can be a solution to this, or what all areas should be worked upon to find a solution to this? So, what will you say on that?
Well, if I in a metropolitan city, like if I live in a smart city myself, I would try to first do a research around my area and even see that like there are so many automatic parking systems out in Canada, in Australia, in South Korea. So how did they implement it? Why couldn't we implement this in India? Like Delhi is such an advanced city, and then we have Mumbai, we have Bangalore, like the whole IT city, IT hub over there. So why haven't there been system like we have people over there doing all the transaction and we have this fixed prices, parking prices? Like there's never been a change, or if there has been change, so there was a large change in the parking prices. I would try to get more dive into the reason that why isn't happened till now. And how could I actually solve this problem in reality? Like, okay, the mall prices haven't been increased since like last 5 years, and then why haven't isn't been increased? If it has been increased, then what is the change in the number of cars parking over there? Is the change in more parking allocations, or there's more profit over there? Is the keeping low prices? Is it good for them or not? And if they are worried about it, so did they try to find a solution about it? And if they try to find a solution, so why didn't they implement it yet? Could we help them? Could we get their ideas? So yeah, basic research or survey, I would do it at my own area first.
So I think it's good that we have this problem statement in this particular edition of SIH, and I'm sure students and the participants would come up with some real good solutions to it, and we all will be benefiting out of it. So now coming down to the problem statement that you've chosen to talk to us about. street parking issues. I'm sure this is close to everyone's heart, even yours. So has there been some kind of a personal experiences or personal kind of a touch with this particular situation that you chose to deal with this particular one?
Well, actually, choosing a problem statement in SIH is basically related about how much knowledge do you have in earlier in priority, because like I'm a civil engineer student and I have worked on my BTech project in transportation department. So I know that how much serious is this issue that nowadays street parking has been a concern to a lot of people, especially the street vendors, like where people just park their cars everywhere. There's like more pollution, air pollution, more noise, more congestion, and hence like this is now a problem mentioned by the government itself. And right now they're demanding a smart parking system in which basically we could have a price, a dynamic pricing system which is not too high, not too low, a more efficient way to handle the traffic that's coming on, more parking space available, how to effectively utilize resources. Like these are something we can be discussed in common. We list the problems out here in a one particular dimension, but there is no proper solution made ahead right now in India as it were.
Okay, so to begin with, how are you going to deal with this entire problem statement and how will you handle it? Let's start with the team formation and go forward from there.
See, like my seniors have actually told me like this one mantra to forming a team. Basically, if it is a team of suppose 6 members, we will have 2 members, especially working in the domain, the knowledge of the department or some in theoretical academic knowledge. One out of the box thinker, like this is a special one because he is just focused or he's just in the team to get new ideas, innovative ideas just by thorough research and research. And then the remaining participants are just divided in the domain of the solution. Like suppose one for machine learning, one for web development, one for basically your whole UI designing. So that's how you divide your solution into 3 different parts. One for the core knowledge, one out of the box, and the remaining divided among the domain of the technical stack of the applications.
Okay, so in terms of team, how would you place your team members in the sense that who all could be the team members for you if you have been, working on this particular problem?
Like if I get to know about this problem statement for suppose the street parking. Like in my earlier days, I just approached my friends, I had discussion, hey guys, like I found this problem statement on SIH and you guys were also interested to work on it. So yeah, let's form a team. Let's have a like I would just ask 2 members, like 2 of my main friends, one in the academic, like in with my batchmate. Since like I'm a civil engineer student, I'll also find one more civil engineer student with me, so that we could have a theoretical knowledge discussion of a normal template, and then I will decide that who should we include among our friends. Like I know that there is one thing that I'm more much better friend with him or her. Should I include in a team? But I would prefer, but first thing, is it actually good to include a person in the team just because of friendship or just because you don't want to win? Because if you want to win, you should in particular how you should managing your team as a team leader. If you don't want to become a team leader, then first select a person who can become an efficient team leader for your team in SIH.
So for this particular problem statement, give me a tentative kind of a team. Okay, this kind of a person, this kind of a person, and this kind of a person dealing with these roles.
Okay, so in specific for the street parking, I would first selectively take a person who is good in the AI or machine learning in specific, because they actually ask that you have a dynamic pricing system. Maybe 1 or 2% for that. One team member only dedicated to the web development or the application development. And then maybe one more member to just gather the knowledge about the competition in the market. See, maybe you have to first to see that friend could actually do the research around the existing solutions and maybe could have an out of the box thinker. So that is the minimum number of members I would include in my own team.
So that sounds like a pretty balanced team and pretty good one. So now how about going about the cracking the solution in terms of research or planning? How would you go about doing it?
Well, as for me, I normally start with the market existing solution regarding to the problem statement, not only limited to the India but to other countries as well. As you know, there are multiple universities which which would be working on this more particular research as well. There will be research papers published already related to this term about the parking, about efficient marking, dynamic pricing. Not one piece as a whole. First, highlight what is the things demanded by them, by the government or the ministry in particular in the solution. Highlight those points. Try to just in the sign like there are multiple researching sites or publication sites. Just go run this through this term, get more articles through a thorough research, and then you can even use a Prisma approach. Prisma approach as in just to try to limit out the important research articles through which you can derive your solution, you can make a collective solution out of it. So that is the one first and effective research method. Then second onwards, I would go on for planning that how should I basically start with my solution. That what are the features to be included in my website, what is the thing I should be picking out as a novelty. You can't say your whole solution is a novel. You can only pick out that one element in that whole problem statement or in the whole solution, which could be the novelty of your idea that could distinguish from the other market existing solutions, or which would also give you some revenue.
So, in terms of presentation of such a problem statements, such a project or the solution that you're trying to provide for this, how do you try and create a presentation which is very effective and which actually communicates very well?
Well, the presentation is actually made for the people, for the judges, and for the mentors. I would say that if you try to make a presentation thinking that okay, we need to present in a hackathon, we need to just add the minimum elements, we just need to add a solution in just a high level, low level language, I would say that won't be an effective one because we need to present a solution as a pitch deck. As you are pitching a solution to the investors out there in a very lame language, including high level knowledge about the solution we want to try to give, add more visual and graphics so that they could understand it more as a visual appealing and have more interest to hear the knowledge.
Yeah. So in this particular thing, technology is one part of it. Handling this thing technically is one part of it, but there could be a lot of regulatory stuff attached to this particular problem. So how would you deal with those things?
See, as for the technological aspect, there are two major aspects about the team management and the business perspective as well. Team management as in like okay, I have this whole case solution in my mind, I can prepare this whole presentation about it and I can include all the terms, but for others to work and on it, how to get the team together as a whole, not as an individual elements just putting out the solution, combining all at one. It should be contributing to each other ideas as well. That is one of the main thing that normally teams forget while in hackathon. They just focus on completing their own part of the work. And like if I'm facing one problem, my team member know about it, but he won't help me out because I just focus on my part of the work. I'll do it, and look, if we lose, it's just because of her. No, we should be working as a team as a whole. So that's one thing we should be actually be concerned about while working in a hackathon. And the second is business side. That apart from technical, the solution is made for the people. So it should be keeping in areas that okay, what is our revenue model? I'm actually, if I'm gonna be implementing it, will it actually be feasible? What is it sustainable? Is it economical profit? So these all factors should also be considered that if judges are gonna be listening to your problem, they should be thinking that okay, this can actually work in reality. We could implement this idea and make a great change in the nation.
So you would recommend a wholesome solution, not just technical one or maybe just an app kind of a thing, but the entire solution which is like feasible as well as in terms of practicality, it is like should get very well accepted amongst masses as well as the government. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So now in the end, if I have to ask you for a piece of advice, all the young aspirants who are like willing to or maybe would be willing to in the coming editions to participate in Smart India Hackathon and deal with similar kind of problem statements, what would be your one piece of advice to all of them?
I would like to say in the end that we work together as a whole. Just to read papers that how to work together as a team, before you're gonna enter into the hackathon, you should have a discussion among yourself that you're working together as a one. And there are a lot of opportunities outwards where you have to work alone or can work with different people. But if you are in a team, you have a solution. Just try to have more involved discussion. Just bring people from outside and also have a discussion with other people as well. Try to get involved about this idea and with professors, with your friends, with other mentors as well. And don't lose hope that we can't build it. We can. There's always solution to every other problem statement. That is the one motto why hackathons exist.
Okay, great, Bhavita. Those are some very nice words to wrap it up. And this problem statement is actually deals with a very common problem which is faced by you know people across the country. And I'm sure people would be looking forward to find some very good solutions in the coming edition of the hackathon here. And I'm sure your inputs, your suggestions would really help them come out with some wonderful solutions. So thank you so much for joining, Bhavita, and we wish you all the best for all that you are doing in the future and everything that you embark upon. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much, Vikas and the team, for introducing me to this platform. And all the best, everyone.
Thank you. Most welcome. For succeeding in Smart India Hackathon, effective communication is the key. Clearly convey how your solution addresses the problem and why it is a viable and impactful approach. We wish you all the best for your Smart India Hackathon project. Keep watching.